are you appreciating your creativity today? We are appreciating the Seven of Pentacles. At MoonFullArt, I focus on helping us to discover, embrace, expand, and appreciate our creativity. Hi, I'm Tracy. Welcome to a MoonFullArt Creativity Tarot reading. This reading is for the week of November 14th through the 20th. And the plant allies I have with me today are juniper berries. Look. Juniper berries and a few leaves off my Vix plant. And I sprinkled or dropped a little bit of lemongrass essential oil on them. So that's the plant allies I'm traveling with today. What plant allies are you traveling with today? I guess my not that one. Lemongrass can stay over here since there's no flame going today. The stones I have with me today are the clear quartz from Witch's Roots October box. And my lovely labradorite stone. Love this stone. So now that we've gotten that, let's see what energies are leading and traveling with us this week for the week of November 14th. Let's see what major arcana is going to pop up to say, ooh, me, I want to travel with you this week. And we are traveling with the Devil card this week. The Devil card is all about earth energy, and so therefore it's all about resources. And specifically, the Devil card asks, what resources are keeping you tied down? In this card, this is the Mermaid deck by Leeza Robertson. And in this card, the mermaid is she's out of the water. And B, she's in a cage. And I don't know that you can see the detail, but there is no lock on this cage. So the mermaid could get out anytime she actually wants to. She just has to want to. So the Devil card asks us, what are you chaining yourself to that is not in your best good and your highest good? What are you allowing yourself to be tied to that doesn't feel good, that makes you feel vulnerable and weak, instead of tying yourself to things that make you feel strong, healthy, and powerful? That's what the devil card asks. So, if we are traveling with the devil card today, what are we discovering? What are we discovering about our resources? What are we discovering about the way that we think about our resources? What are we discovering about the way we manage our resources? What are we discovering about the things that make us feel trapped and vulnerable versus the things that make us feel free and light and powerful? What are What are we discovering this week? We are discovering with the Judgment card. That's interesting. So already, right out the gate, we've got two major arcanas for this week, which means that this week is going to have not only some powerful energies coming up for us, but it's also going to have some long-lasting situations and decisions this week. And they may not be things that we notice right off the bat as being long lasting, but I assure you that anytime we have two major arcanas in two cards, that is some powerful energy coming up this week. So the Judgment card, it says that what we are discovering this week is, what do we believe in? What do we fight for? What do we stop for? Anytime, any day, any situation, what do we stop for? Having the Judgment card and the Devil card says that the universe is asking us to think about, are we fighting for things that keep us chained and vulnerable and powerless? Or are we fighting for things that make us feel empowered and free? The Judgment card asks us to think about, where are we going? Where do we want to be going long range, 10 years from now? When we look back, where do we want to see ourselves? And when we look back over this week, do we want to feel like, I did my best that last week? I did the things that matter to me. I fought for things that matter to me. I stood up for things that matter to me. Those are the things we're discovering this week. What matters to you? What really, really matters? So, if we are standing with the Devil energy and Judgment energy, what are we embracing this week? What are we embracing that will help us to discover, what do we stand for? When push comes to shove, who am I? When push comes to shove, what is or are those things that I will not let slide? Those things where I am going to stop whatever I'm doing and say, no, this is not okay. All right. We are embracing the King of Wands. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the King of Wands asks us to embrace our inner fire. The King of Wands asks us to embrace our big picture thinking. The King of Wands asks us to embrace our inner fire, and which again goes back to the Judgment card. What do we believe in? What do we fight for? What do we stand up for no matter what? That's what the King of Wands does. The King of Wands is also a big picture thinker, as all the kings are actually. The King of Wands wants to know, what are you doing? The King of Wands is an action-oriented king. He doesn't want to, it helps to know what you're feeling, but he really wants to know is, what are you doing? What are you doing to fight and stand up for and discover the things that you will stand up for? What are you doing to get yourself into or out of situations that make you feel trapped and vulnerable? What are you doing? The King of Wands asks you to embrace that inner fire. The King of Wands asks you to believe that you have it in you to make the changes that matter to you. And so, now we want to know from this lovely deck of Wizard's Tarot, what are we expanding this week? If we're standing up for what we would believe in, and if we're doing the things that we need to do to feel empowered and free, how are we expanding to make that a reality? We are expanding with the Three of Cups. Awesome. That is perfect. It really, really is. Because the Three of Cups, as if you look at this card, you will see that there are three females who are in a tight circle and they are celebrating. The Three of Cups asks us to expand by relying on our inner circle, to expand by trusting our inner circle to be our sounding board, trusting our inner circle to tell us when they see us heading in this direction of getting ourselves into a trap. Trust our inner circle to help us to discover the things that we stand up for no matter what. Odds are our inner circle has already seen the consistency of the things that we stand up for. We may not have noticed it, but our inner circle does. And the Three of Cups asks us to expand by being in touch with our feelings, by listening to our intuition as well as our inner circle. We have a lot of earth and fire today, and the Three of Cups asks us to remember our emotions. They matter, they help. It's where our intuition lives. Our intuition lives in our emotions. And if we're expanding by celebrating with our inner circle, not only the things that we have in common as a group, but the things that we celebrate as individuals. That is the other component of the Three of Cups, is that even though this is a group of people and they're strong as a group, they're also strong as individuals. So as we're expanding by tapping into our emotions and tapping in to what makes us strong as an individual, as we are embracing our fiery King of Wands and embracing that big picture energy. As we are discovering what lights us up and what matters to us, what are we appreciating? More cups, that's what we're appreciating. We are appreciating the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups asks us to, as we expand with our Three of Cups, to continue to expand, to continue to grow our intuition, continue to trust our intuition, continue to rely on our inner fire. Continue to rely on our inner fire to know when something has bumped up against our walls. And when I say walls, I mean our boundaries. That is the other aspect of the Judgment card. It also talks about Whenever you talk about what do you stand for, what do you believe in, you're also going to have a conversation about your boundaries, because you can't stand for something unless you support the boundaries that allow you to stand for something. And the Five of Cups comes in to ask us to remember that our emotions, our feelings play a part in this discovery over here. Our emotions play a part in recognizing when we feel trapped. Our emotions play a part in recognizing when we're standing in our fire, when we're standing in our power, when we're supporting our community. We can't do any of those things until we stand in our emotions as well. So that is our energy for this week. I hope that you are able to discover the things that you stand up for. I hope that you are able to discover the things that make you feel trapped and make the necessary changes that you need to make to feel strong and powerful, because you are strong and powerful. Have a great week, and I will see you next time.